Good morning, everybody. Dr. Duck Long here, world famous bariatric surgeon, author of 13 books. How the hell are you? For the month of May, I'm going live every single day at this time. You can catch me on Facebook, on multiple pages, or on YouTube, right? So let's get some people in here. While we're waiting for some people to get in here, just tell me where you're watching from. We'll get some people in here. If you're watching this on the replay, you can fast forward to about the 3-minute mark. That's when I'll get started. Also, every day I've been doing push-ups for the last, I don't know, 2 months or so. Started with one push-up. I'm up to 30 push-ups now, so I got to do 30 push-ups for you all. And then I'm going to talk about today's topic. Why the hell won't the COVID vaccines change your DNA? It's very simple. I'll explain to you so you can respond to some of these asshats who keep claiming, that it's going to do that. It's really dumb on an epic level. So while we're waiting for some people coming on in, where are you watching from? Who are you? Leave me some comments. And also, if you're going to find this useful, please hit the share button for me. Just go ahead and share the broadcast everywhere. And I appreciate all the feedback and everything. Not seeing any comments coming in right now. Here we go. Rosemary from Sandusky, Ohio. Thank you, Rosemary, for showing up today. Do you have comment if you know anyone who thinks that getting the COVID vaccine will change your DNA? Comment for me. I'll put your comment up on the screen. Sterling, Dominica, watching on Facebook in Tennessee. Awesome. Good morning, XX Country, watching on YouTube. Where are you guys watching from? And comment if you also know anyone who thinks the vaccination will change your DNA. Larry from Denver, Colorado. Marley from SoCal. Stay safe. Rhonda B, good morning, watching on YouTube. All right. My man, Joe Ocho Grosso, man. You won't hang around for this, Joe. Trust me. Phoenix, what's up? What's up, Viv? Esmeralda Venegas, watching on YouTube. There you go. We're going to do 30 push-ups today. We're up to 30. Plano, Texas. What's up? I'm down here in Houston. Hi, Aisha. What's up, girl? Hope you're doing well. Chicago's in the house. Memphis, Huntsville. Do I have anyone who's international? El Paso's in the house. Gina Gillis, Tucson, Arizona. All right. Here you go. There's an idiot right there for you. Good morning, Marnie, Heather. Sweden's in the house. Marcos, what's up? Irene from, oops, I missed it. Irene from Sydney. I love Sydney. It is beautiful. I've been there 3 or 4 times. Carrie Jeb, Vegas, baby. Arkansas, that's basically international. Uh-oh, what's up, Tran? St. Lucia, I got to get my ass out to St. Lucia. All right, I saw Newcastle. Hold on. John Cook from Newcastle. What's up, brother? Scotland's in the house. Look at this. Rome, Georgia, basically another country. All right. Good morning. All right, Thomas. Aloha to you, too. Okay, so let's do some push-ups. All right, count me down. I'm doing 30 push-ups now. I increase it by 2 every Sunday. And I'm telling you, man, I'm getting to the point where 30 is hard. It's pretty tough for me. Why push-ups? Because I hate to do exercise. I hate push-ups, but I love to garden. You can see from my garden back here. Love to garden. And because of that, I decided, just like you, I put on 12 pounds during COVID, right? So I got to get it off. Now, exercising is not going to get it off. Trust me, that starts in the kitchen. But I got to get a little bit physically more active, right? So count me down. We're doing 30. Ready? Let's put you over here. That's my backyard. Count me down. Let's do 30. All right. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 29, 30. Woo! How about that? All right, 30. We're starting to get to my max, man. Woo! I'm gonna have to figure something else out, man. After 30, thank you. That's getting me pretty winded. 32, I think I got it in me. 34 is gonna be a little tough, but we'll see. I might have to do something else. No, that was 30, man. That was 30. All right, good. Was that fast? I don't know. We'll see. Stockholm's in the house. What's up? All right. All right, hit the share button for me, everybody. Appreciate it. I would appreciate a share. We're going to talk about COVID vaccines. All right. Why they won't change your DNA. Okay. Catch my breath. Thank you, Marcos. Awesome. Okay. And as always, I will edit this video down and put it up on my YouTube channel for you guys to share and watch later. Thank you for hitting the share button. I appreciate that. All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Doug Vaughn, world famous bariatric surgeon and author of 13 books. A couple more on the way. You might know me from my COVID video, How COVID Kills You. But I quit doing COVID updates because I felt like I was just adding to the noise. People were just going to do what they're going to do. But we're not over yet. And I want to remind you, we are into this a year. And globally speaking, we are worse off now than we were a year ago, if you put all the global numbers together. So this is why this is important. I want to start doing videos that maybe a little bit more helpful. That'll be a little bit shorter. You can share a clip and maybe try to help people see the light. So today's topic is why coronavirus vaccines will not change your DNA. So first of all, comment if you know anybody who thinks that, or they have said, or they post, or they share that that they won't take the vaccine because it's a DNA altering jab in the shoulder or whatever. Comment if you know anyone who is scared to get the vaccination because they think it's going to change their DNA. They don't understand it, right? So comment if that's you. And I want to give you the correct response. It's very simple, short video. Oh, yes, I've heard it. Crap, exactly right, Irvin. Yes, Loretta. Yep. Okay. So here we go. All right. The reason why coronavirus vaccinations will not change your DNA is because they are made from messenger RNA. So I want to take you back to science class real quick. I'm going to try not to call you any nasty names today. I'm going to be good. But when you were in science class, and if you were awake that day, and you're talking about the cell structure, the teacher would do something like an egg. Imagine a fried egg. You have the white part on the outside, then you have a circle in the middle, the orange circle, that's the yolk, right? You've seen this, you know what a fried egg looks like, right? And so the teacher would say the whole thing is the cell, and inside the cell, the round circle, the yolk, is the nucleus of the cell, the nucleus. And then there are all these other organelles outside, okay? So, tip number one, the DNA is inside the nucleus. It's like that movie, The Call's Coming from Inside the House. Ah! The DNA is inside the nucleus, all right? And what happens is, and yes, I know the DNA is your genetic fingerprint, blueprint, blah, blah, blah. But just like a blueprint for a house, just because you have a blueprint doesn't mean you have a house. You have to have workers and foremen and concrete and pourers and bricklayers and carpenters and all sorts of stuff, right? So it takes a lot of organelles, a lot of people, a lot of things in order to make that DNA active. But that DNA is in the nucleus. So the fact that you think your DNA is so fucking important shows you like how really ignorant you are. Because the truth of the matter is, most of your DNA is actually not active at all. I mean, you could have a lot of alterations to your DNA, and some people do, and it won't show up. It won't matter because the only thing that matters is which genes are expressed. Now, so the genes that are expressed, right, they unwind, open up, and then they get transcribed using some proteins, right, that move along, and it's like a typewriter. Here's a good example. Have you ever worked in an office and you have a label maker, right? And so you want to label something, right? So when I was a surgeon, I my nickname was the Mighty Mighty. So I gave it to myself, the Mighty Mighty. So when they gave me my locker in at the hospital when I changed into scrubs, they put Dr. Vong on there, and I showed up and they're like, we picked this locker for you, Dr. Vong, and put my name on it. And so I went to my office. I said, thank you very much. And I went to my office and I got the label maker and I typed in the Mighty Mighty. All right. So the label maker is like your DNA. And then I hit print and the little tape comes out. I hit the cut button. It cuts it off. Now there's this little strip label maker that says the Mighty Mighty on it. And I stuck that to my locker. So that little strip is like messenger RNA. Okay. That little strip's messenger RNA. Now, why is this important? So that little messenger RNA script, it's just the little sticker, the little label, okay? It hasn't done anything. It gets transported out of the nucleus. It goes out of the nucleus. So it's nowhere near your DNA. It doesn't go back into the DNA. It never goes back into the nucleus. Once it's out, then it gets translated into proteins, okay? And that's the proteins are what makes it active. So let's imagine I have this little sticker because that's my label maker. But if I try to stick it onto my locker, it just falls off. It doesn't work. So what I have to do is a third step, which is to peel off the back of my label and then stick that to my locker, and then I have the final product. Similarly, your messenger RNA has to be translated into protein language, and the protein is its final product, much like my sticker stuck to my label stuck to my locker is the final product that I'm after. Does that make sense? Okay, so what does this have to do with a vaccination? If you understand this, and you understand that the Moderna vaccine, the Pfizer vaccine are messenger RNAs that are, it's the label, right? Like I was just using that analogy, and it translates the spike protein, all right? That's specific to the coronavirus. That's important. You have to know because some assholes ask that question too. So it's specific to the spike protein on SARS-CoV-2, this particular virus that's causing this pandemic, the SARS-CoV-2. Okay, so the vaccine has this messenger RNA inside a lipid bilayer. It's basically a soap bubble, basically. It gets into your cell, all right? And it never gets into the nucleus. Okay, messenger RNA is out in the cytoplasm. It will never, ever, ever, ever interact with your DNA. So the fact that this idiot keeps saying, oh, I'm not taking that DNA altering shot in the arm, you're an idiot. I mean, you failed science class. You failed basic biology. It does not go into your nucleus. Messenger RNA has no capacity, no way. It's impossible for a piece of messenger RNA to make its way into the nucleus. Dr. V, what if something weird happened and it made its way? It cannot. There are no mechanisms in the cell that will allow or transport or do anything to bring messenger RNA back into the nucleus. So the reason why these vaccines will not change your DNA is because it never, ever will go into your nucleus. When people get all confused by this, and so you spin off all these conspiracy theories, and if you're someone who buys into these conspiracy theories that are easily explainable with science, what we know with science, then I'm going to tell you, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want you on my page. I don't want you to do anything, because if you think that way, then there's a very good chance that you think that way about other areas of your life. You think that way about your job. You think that way about your kids. You think that way about wife beating. You think that way about like drinking way too much, drinking and driving. You think that way about, it's just, if you are willing to keep propagating this idea that somehow these vaccines will change your DNA in the face of very good, scientific, it's just science. It's just, this is how it works. then I know you've got other areas of your life that you're making terrible judgments on. Trust me, I know. Okay, so you get the vaccine. The messenger RNA makes its way into your cytoplasm, into the white part of the egg, motherfucker, not the yellow part, not the nucleus, in the white part of the egg, and then it has proteins there that then translate it, read it off, and it makes that spike protein that everyone knows about that's on the coronavirus, the SARS-CoV-2. This specific virus, because coronavirus is a family of viruses, this specific virus, SARS-CoV-2, it makes the spike protein, and then that protein, because this is how cells work, that protein then gets moved out and displayed on the cell surface, and then certain cells will come in there. The B lymphocytes, T cells, T killer cells will come there and sample that that protein, that spike protein, whatever is transcribed, and it will say, oh, this is mine, this belongs to me, you're safe. Or it'll say, alert, alert, it's the bartender, right? You ever been at a bar and one guy, there's always that one guy, right, who causes trouble, and he gets his ass like thrown out of the bar by the bouncers, and somehow the bouncers, even though they see thousands of people a week, the bouncer remembers this guy, and when the guy comes back the next time, bouncer's like, I know you, I recognize you, I'm throwing your ass out. Throws his ass out again, right? And so what happens is you have the spike protein that shows up, and your B cells take a look at it and say, oh no, I don't recognize you, you're foreign. And so then it starts to form these antibodies and creates this big reaction that now recognizes like this particular spike protein and says, you're not my type. And then it proliferates other cells. The one I'll focus on is memory B cells, right? So memory B cells. And then the antibodies die off, right? After a few months, they die. The antibodies need to die off. You can't have antibodies in your all the time. Otherwise, you'll have self-attacking antibodies, right? That's autoimmune diseases. So then, so you got the vaccine. It creates these memory B cells, right? It's the bouncer recognizes this is a bad person. So now you've been fully vaccinated. You go hang out at the bar. You think you're a Mac Daddy with the chicks, right? And and you think you're gonna go, but then the bouncer sees you and says, no, you're a bad dude. He throws your ass out. So if you catch the coronavirus, if your body comes in contact now with SARS-CoV-2, and the SARS-CoV-2 makes its way into your type 2 pneumocytes, right, your lung cells, because it's a respiratory illness, and it samples that spike protein and puts it out on the cell surface, and your memory B cells come and says, oh no, I recognize you. You're that dude that caused trouble. And it sounds the alarm. The memory B cells automatically start making antibodies that causes a huge immune response and destroys that infected cell, right? That's how vaccines work. You're trying to prime your body's immune system to recognize this illness sooner. And I'll do a video later about like, why get the vaccine if it doesn't keep you from catching COVID? It's fucking statistics and numbers. It's 94% effective. I know someone who got the vaccine and they still got COVID. That's what 94% effective means. It means there's going to be roughly 6% who still catch it. But of the 6% who caught it, none of them got hospitalized. And none of them died. In other words, the vaccine was 100% effective in keeping your sorry ass alive. That's why this is important to get vaccinated. And that's how we will crush this pandemic, is because we give people enough immunity. We vaccinate enough immunity that before this virus has a chance to spread, it's killed off. In our that's called herd immunity. Does that make sense? So the messenger RNA always stays outside the nucleus. It will never interact with your DNA. It's impossible. It will not happen. 100,000%. All right? That's my talk today. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, I will be back every day in the month of May. I'll talk some COVID. I'll talk some economics. I'll talk some money, finances. I'll show you some gardening. But I feel like there's been too much vaccine hesitancy. So for those first few days, I'm going to talk pretty heavy about COVID. Cool? As always, I will edit this down, put it on my YouTube channel. Please do me a favor, hit a share button if you have found this helpful. And please share my YouTube channel when I get it up. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.